You're in a relationship, but you feel that something is wrong. Your instinct tells you there's something strange. She becomes very reserved when you ask about her past or mention names of other men during conversations. If you want a trustworthy relationship, you might be walking into a trap. I'll help you avoid that. If you want to know if she's had many sexual partners, look for some signs. These 10 signs will give you clear clues about her past. Remember, it's not about judging, but about finding the right partner who won't play with your feelings and will commit to a long-term relationship. So stay with us until the end of the video and find out if it's worth continuing with this woman or if it's better to end things as soon as possible. Sign number 1. She feels very comfortable with physical intimacy. Your first intimate moment with her was concerning rather than wonderful. You expected it to be great, but it was too intense. She might feel very comfortable and bold with physical intimacy, which could indicate she's had many past experiences. If she takes the lead like a pro, it could be a sign that she's experienced. She doesn't shy away from hugs and kisses and is open to more advanced or different things. If your instinct tells you she has a lot of experience with physical intimacy, it could be an important sign. But don't jump to conclusions. She might naturally be more expressive and skilled in bed. Pay attention to other signs to make sure she's the right partner for you. Sign number 2. She avoids emotional closeness. Sometimes even a strong man feels emotionally vulnerable and seeks his partner to fill that void. Spiritual connection and emotional support are important in a relationship as they help couples get through tough times together. But what happens if your partner doesn't respond to your need for an emotional connection? A woman who's had many sexual partners often avoids emotional closeness. How do you know if she's really avoiding emotional connection? If you try to have a deep conversation and she prefers light conversations, quickly changes the subject, or avoids talking about feelings, she may be avoiding emotional intimacy. If you feel your efforts aren't yielding results, it might be time to stop trying. But it could also be a sign that she's more reserved or has been emotionally hurt before. Maybe you should give her a little more time before making a decision. Sign number 3. She tells vague or inconsistent stories. A significant sign that she may have had many sexual partners in the past is inconsistencies in her stories. After months together, if you still don't clearly know about her past and the stories she tells are vague or inconsistent, it could be a sign. For example, she might tell one story one day and a different one the next day. These inconsistencies could include mentioning names of more than one guy, talking about a long-term ex and then saying she's never had a serious relationship, or describing a shared hobby with a previous partner that doesn't match her current interests. Not everyone likes to talk about past relationships. Some prefer to focus on the present with you. But if these inconsistencies make you feel insecure or suspicious, it's worth exploring carefully. Have a serious conversation with her about this and ask her to clarify her past. If she's truly interested in a relationship, her reaction will be more important than her words. If she opens up honestly and fills in the gaps, that's a good sign. But if she continues with inconsistent stories, it might be better to break things off before she plays with your feelings. Remember not to rush into this decision. Relationships need time and open communication. Give it enough time and see if her stories become clearer over time or if she starts sharing her past more confidently with you. Sign number 4. She frequently changes plans at the last minute. Has she cancelled plans at the last moment several times? These changes can be frustrating. Have you wondered why this keeps happening? It's understandable if plans are cancelled for good reasons once or twice, but if it happens repeatedly, something is wrong. Also, note that she always gives vague reasons for these cancellations. She might say there's a last-minute meeting, but it doesn't happen that often, or she might mention that a friend arrived in town but doesn't reveal who that friend is. Don't let her play games with you like this. Clearly, she's prioritizing something over the relationship with you, and that can't be ignored. We all have busy lives and unexpected things can come up. Maybe she has a demanding job with unpredictable schedules or a friend who needs her support. But if these last-minute cancellations are becoming a habit and you feel excluded or unimportant, it's worth having a conversation. Again, communication is key. Ask calmly why she's been cancelling plans repeatedly. Make it clear that this is unacceptable to you and try to work through it together. Sign number 5. She often compares you to past partners. A woman who's in a relationship for the first time won't compare you to someone else because you're all she knows. But if she's had many partners in the past, she's likely to compare you to her ex-boyfriends at some point, voluntarily or involuntarily. How do you know if she's comparing you to her exes? She might say the steak you cooked is better than what she ate with her ex, or she might talk about how an ex liked a certain activity that you never suggested. During an argument, she might compare your flaws to those of her ex-boyfriend. These comparisons, however subtle, can leave you feeling insecure. The important thing to remember is that these comparisons are not your fault. Someone who has spent time with many partners will end up comparing them at some point. You need to tell her that you're not someone she can play with. If she regularly compares you to other men, end the relationship and make it clear that you're not just another man. Sign number 6. She's very secretive about her phone use. Your partner's phone becomes very important when she's around you. She leaves the phone face down, quickly changes the screen, or becomes very reserved when answering calls in your presence. This behavior can be suspicious and leave you wondering if she's hiding something. There could be several reasons why she keeps her phone away from you. She might still be in contact with some ex-boyfriends or want to ensure that you don't see messages or photos from her past. When you ask to see her phone, she might react dramatically, saying you don't trust her. This can put you in a difficult spot. Before jumping to conclusions, consider that there may be a logical explanation for this. Everyone deserves a bit of privacy, and some people are very protective of their personal space. Maybe she has work conversations she doesn't want to discuss or values her alone time. But if the relationship is strong, there will come a time when you won't need to hide your phones from each other. Give it some time to see if she changes over time. Otherwise, you're justified in ending the relationship after confirming her activities on the phone. Sign number 7. She's very conscious of her physical appearance. If she's very careful with her phone, she might be very concerned about her appearance and that of others. She might spend a lot of time getting ready, checking the mirror all the time, or complimenting the appearance of people around her while taking pride in her own appearance. While taking care of appearance is normal and even healthy, if she does it excessively, it could be a sign that she's had relationships with attractive people in the past and thinks that focusing on appearance is important because of that. If she's obsessed with her appearance or that of others, it might mean that she cares more about the outside than the inside. In more extreme cases, she might even compare your appearance to that of an ex or anyone she sees on her phone. If instead of talking about deeper subjects, she spends time comparing herself to others, you have the right to ask why she does that. If, even after a serious conversation, she continues this superficial behavior, it's important to tell her that it makes you feel insecure and that she needs to change. Otherwise, it might be better to end the relationship before it becomes more difficult. Remember that some people are naturally more concerned about image, and this might just be part of her personality. Sign number 8. She doesn't want to talk about sexual health. Talking about sex can be uncomfortable, but it's very important, especially when it comes to sexual health. It's essential for any couple to discuss this so that both are aligned on safe practices and can openly discuss what they want and need. If she avoids this subject, it could be a sign that she's hiding something, leaving you wondering why. She might not want to discuss sexual health because she has a history with several partners and might be concerned about sexually transmitted infections that she doesn't want you to know about. Another reason could be a fear of being judged for her sexual history or the contraceptive method she uses. However, talking about sexual health is crucial for both parties' well-being. Be direct and say that this subject needs to be discussed for the relationship to continue. If she gets nervous but starts answering your questions, it could be a good sign. If she gives vague answers, it could be a sign that you need to think carefully about the future of the relationship. Sign number 9. She avoids introducing you to friends. Getting to know your partner's friends is an important step because it's a chance to connect with people who are important to her. If she seems hesitant or avoids introducing you to friends, it could be a sign that she's hiding something. If a woman is really interested in you, she'll want you to meet her friends. If she avoids this, it could mean she's afraid that a friend might reveal information about her past or that she's had a relationship with some of them and doesn't want you to know. If you feel that something is wrong, don't ignore it. Talking directly to some of her friends might help you understand who she is, or discussing directly with her to decide if the relationship should continue. Sign number 10. Her priorities change and you're left behind. In a relationship, your partner should become a priority. If she makes you feel excluded, or if her priorities don't include you and you're always at the bottom of the list, it could mean that she's paying attention to other people. Sometimes there may be valid reasons for this, such as new friends or unexpected commitments. But if this happens often, it may mean that you're not a priority for her. For example, she might start spending a lot of time with new friends and forget the plans you made together, or prioritize activities that make you feel left out. This can help you understand if her priorities are real or if you're not a priority right now. If you notice many of these signs along with others, it may be a sign that she's had several sexual partners in the past. Remember, it's not about judging her, but about assessing whether you can accept this. If it's too much for you, it might be better to end it. Don't rush into making a decision. There may always be another explanation. My advice is to give the relationship some time, try to better understand who she is, and see if she can be a good partner for you. At the same time, don't settle for less than you deserve. If you're looking for a serious and lasting relationship, don't hold on to someone who isn't committed. Remember, you have great value. In summary, being in a relationship where your instinct tells you something is wrong can be uncomfortable. This guide points out signs that may indicate if your partner has had multiple partners in the past and helps you make decisions about the future of the relationship. These signs, when considered together, offer a clear view of her behavior and its impact on the relationship. See if she's very comfortable with physical intimacy from the start, which could suggest previous experience. Pay attention if she avoids emotional closeness or if stories about her past are vague or inconsistent. This may indicate that she's hiding something important. Another sign is the constant last-minute plan changes, especially if the excuses are vague, which may show that you're not a priority. If she compares you to past partners, it can affect your self-esteem and show that she's still attached to past relationships. Also, observe her behavior with her phone. If she hides or avoids using it in your presence, she may be hiding something. Excessive concern about appearance, whether hers or yours, can also indicate a superficial emphasis due to past relationships. Disinterest in discussing sexual health is an important sign and may indicate that she's hiding infections or details from her sexual past. Additionally, if she avoids introducing you to friends, it may be a sign that there are things she doesn't want to reveal. Finally, if her priorities change and you're always at the bottom of the list, it may show that others are attracting her attention. Consider all these signs carefully and without rushing to judgment. Relationships are complex and require open and honest communication. If many of these signs are present, it's important to have an honest conversation to better understand her past and intentions. Most importantly, make sure you don't settle for less than you deserve. Look for a partner committed to a serious relationship who respects your feelings. Remember that you have great value and deserve someone who values and respects that. I hope this message has been helpful. Thank you for watching the video until the end. Your quest for a healthy and genuine relationship is admirable. If you like the content, like the video and subscribe to the channel for more valuable tips. Leave a comment with the phrase, "I deserve the best," to show that you're committed to building genuine and lasting relationships. Thank you for your attention and see you in the next video.